So this guy is just 24 years old and he already has 12 children from 10 different baby mamas. Jesus. In fact, he previously had 10 children from 8 different baby mamas. Until recently, 2 new women got pregnant for him at the same time. In case you don't know him, he's an American rapper known as NBA Youngboy, or you can call him Never Broke Again. I think that is where he got the NBA from. His first child was born on the 4th of July 2016, and at that time, Youngboy was just 16 years old. But the good thing is that he was already making a name for himself in the music industry during that time, signing a $2 million record deal with Atlantic Records few months after the first child was born. And one thing I like about the guy is that he's a very proud father to all these children and he chased the responsibilities, while other guys are denying only one pregnancy that they knew belonged to them. Forget about the money. Like I said earlier, he got that record deal after the first child was born. So you that is watching me right now, if you know you have a child somewhere that you have earlier denied, go back and make things right.
You are the voice of the God.
Please forgive me for not hearing the story of this man on time. I'm talking about the man who ruled Kenya as president for only 6 hours before he was overthrown again. Funny, right? Let me tell you what really happened. They said his name is Ezekiah Ochuka. He was a senior private in the Kenya Air Force, a charismatic and ambitious military man who had an issue with the way the government was handling the economy as at the time and perceived corruption. Although his rank in the military was not that high, but with his knowledge and connection, he began to recruit some like-minded soldiers, especially from the Air Force, in a bid to overthrow the then President Daniel Moi. And then on the 1st of August 1982, the country woke up in confusion as heavy gunfire filled the air. It was Ochuka and his men that were seizing power at night. After they captured and took over some key military base, they then moved to the country's only radio station as at the time and forced a presenter to announce that the current government had been overthrown and that Ochuka is now in charge of the country. After this announcement, the then president was immediately moved to a hidden place, while some loyal soldiers prepared to combat Ochuka and his men. At this point, Ochuka thought he was now in charge of the country, and then he forced a group of Air Force fighter pilots to go and bomb the state house. But the pilot pretended to follow his orders and instead dropped the bomb at a forest. Barely 6 hours later, some loyal troops engaged in a fierce battle and fought back. Ochuka and his men were crushed and overthrown. This event led to the death of over 300 people, including civilians. Ochuka later ran to Tanzania with a hope to seek asylum, but instead he was extradited back to Kenya along with his few colleagues. He was later tried and sentenced to death by hanging, which was carried out on the 10th of July 1987 at Kamiti Maximum Security Prison in Kenya.